Today we're going to be taking a look at my entire 2023 LEGO collection. There are over 140 sets, some of which I would consider to be the best sets of all time. We've got lots to cover, so let's dive right into it. Now I actually want to start this collection overview over here, but my LEGO room's not really that accessible anymore, is it? I've got like this shelf right in the center of this nook, but there are some epic sets in this nook, and included in that is all of the Brickheadz. You know what? 2023 was a crazy year for Brickheadz. There were 14 different sets that came out. Well, the ones that are in my collection, of course. And there are 30 different Brickheadz within those 14 sets. There were lots that came out for the 100th anniversary of Disney, such as Moana right there. She was actually paired up with Merida, who's on the rack below. There was also the 4-pack where you got Snow White, Tinkerbell, Oswald, and also Mickey Mouse from Steamboat Willie. Down here you can see Merida. She's sitting beside two others, actually 4 others that came out this year. There were 2 other 2-packs. We've got Cruella and also Maleficent, and then there was Wally and Eva. So some pretty good ones in the Disney collection. There was also some fantastic ones in the LEGO Harry Potter lineup as well, such as Harry Potter himself and Cho in their Quidditch outfits. I really like those 2x4 tiles with the Quidditch logos on them. We also got 2 more. There's Cedric and Malfoy, Shacklebolt and Tonks. And then there were some epic ones that we had never been or gotten before from different themes, which is actually Lord of the Rings, and those are down here. We got Gandalf and Balrog, Frodo and Gollum, and also Aragog and Arwen, and those 2 come with some pretty spectacular print pieces. And I skipped right by the Star Wars ones that came out this year. There was actually a 5-pack. That 5-pack is right here with R2-D2, Wicket, Leia, Luke, Lando, and then there's an individual one of the Tusken Raider. Hey, I made a little bit of a mistake. Those aren't Quidditch logos. They're obviously the house logos. Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and we've got Kingsley Shacklebolt and Nymphadora Tonks. I definitely know their names and know that those are the house logos. Down here, there's 2 more Brickheadz that don't fit on the display. That's Sonic and Tails. So yeah, my collection of Brickheadz was expanded by 30 individual characters this year. That is insane. I wonder if we're going to get any more in 2024. I chose to start with the Brickheadz for some reason, but where I should have started is maybe right here on the staircase leading down into the LEGO room, because we have the only piece of art that I acquired in 2023. It's the Amazing Spider-Man. It's got like the 3D aspect to it, which is so cool. He's coming right off the wall and his head can articulate. It's got webs in the background, this really cool print piece, and all sorts of spiders. It's a pretty cool art set. I would say some of the most rare sets in my collection from 2023 are from the Bricklink Designer Program, and I actually have them all. This one here is the Winter Village Chalet. Here in the LEGO City, right by the beach, you can find another one, and that is the 1950s diner. I brick built this really cool parking lot for it, and I think it looks fantastic right by the campground, and once again, the beach. Right above the zoo, there's the Mountain View Observatory, which sits on top of this massive mountain. This is the tallest peak in the LEGO City. Speaking of tall, if we move over to the skyscraper district here in the city, we can see another Bricklink Designer Program set, which is the construction site. That thing is a beauty. It was so fun to build. Honestly, like, it had some pretty interesting building techniques. And then there's another one right here, which is the Studgate train station. And this is the largest train station in the LEGO City, which services the amusement park. You know what's a sick LEGO theme? LEGO Creator. And you know what's part of the LEGO Creator lineup? This little Land Rover Defender. This vehicle is just perfect. I think it's my favorite miniature set of the year. Speaking of miniature sets, these little miniature postcards had an addition this year as well, and that would be Australia. I don't think Bowser came out this year. I think that was last year. But for some reason, this parrot that came out in 2023 has posted up right beside Bowser. The upscaled minifigure is also part of the LEGO creator theme. Where are the other ones though? Where are the superheroes and Star Wars characters? Like sure, we also got this pirate upscaled minifigure. It's known as a minifigure tribute, but this one here is exclusive to the LEGO house. Like you can only get it in Bill in Denmark. Luckily, I have one in my collection, but for the most part, it's going to be hard to find because it's not really available to the general population. Don't ask me why this isn't in the amusement park. Well, I guess it's because there's no room to put it in the amusement park, but I also have the LEGO Creator Space Roller Coaster above the city on the bulkhead shelf. All right, I've got 2 more LEGO Creator sets in my collection. This is the Cozy House, but it's actually 2 cozy houses, making it the Cozier House. The other one is known as Main Street. However, it looks completely different than the original set, and it can actually be seen right there beside the Sanctum Sanctorum and the diner. There wasn't a crazy amount of releases in the DC lineup, but there were some pretty good ones, such as that Batwing that's currently being command stripped to the side of my Billy cabinet there. And then there's a few more, and included in that is the massive Batcave Shadow Box right down here. This thing is pretty cool. You can open it up, see all sorts of interior details. It comes with a really nice 1989 Batmobile. In addition to that massive set with the 89 Batmobile, we also got a different 1989 Batmobile, and that can be seen right here. And just above that, we have the Batman buildable figure. We got a lot more Marvel sets than we did DC. It's actually crazy. Starting with the smallest one, we have this 4+ miniature Hulkbuster. It comes with Iron Man and also Thanos. Behind that, the Guardians of the Galaxy headquarters. Missing Groot. I think he's somewhere in the city, like above the amusement park, just hanging around right now. We got some pretty sick sets in the Marvel lineup. Included in that is this really nice looking Hulkbuster right here. So detailed. Comes with this awesome Bruce Banner minifigure. And then look at that. They got this beauty right here. You could make this the Shield jet or the Avengers jet, like Quinjet. And it comes with some pretty cool minifigures. My favorite, of course, being Loki. Yeah, we got a Loki minifigure this year. That's pretty sweet. This is the Avengers Endgame final battle. Of course, you get Thanos and a bunch of the female roles from that movie in this set. There's all sorts of Easter eggs as well, such as Ant-Man's van right there. That's pretty cool. There's also a Captain America shield embedded inside that set. There is the Venomized Groot. I made mine all Venom, but you could make it 50-50 split. And behind that is the massive Captain America shield. Just in front, we have Wolverine's adamantium claw. Pretty sweet. Not very many people were happy about that set. Would have preferred to maybe get like a little bust or a mask for Wolverine, I think. Then we have the Spider-Man No Way Home final battle right here that came with 3 Spider-Mans, a whole bunch of minifigures like the Green Goblin and Doc Ock and many, many, many more. That was pretty sweet. We also got this character right here, buildable figure of Ant-Man. These awesome minifigures came with the Guardians of the Galaxy ship right back there, which also came out this year. And there was a smaller Guardians of the Galaxy ship that came out as well, and that is Rocket Raccoons. I can't remember if I pointed that out as we came up top there, but there it is. So some pretty sweet Marvel sets, but that's not even the best one yet. Because come on, I missed the best one, right? It's the Star-Lord mask, which is a pencil pot, or in this case, a brick separator holder. His head is overflowing with brick separators. Of course, I don't think it's the best one. It was a joke, but it is pretty cool. However, it is very expensive. This is all print though, and I think we would have preferred to see like his beautiful flow coming out the top of the helmet, maybe with some slopes, right? I think that'd be so cool if they actually completed his face or the mask with his actual hair, which is just majestic in the movies. We also got this pretty cool looking Miles Morales vehicle right here. It actually came with Morbius and Miles Morales. It is a pretty sweet looking vehicle, right? I love the color scheme of the black and red, of course, matching up with that Miles Morales minifigure. He's not even on Pop Culture Street. He's over here doing his own thing out front of the Grand Emporium, where we also have a Wampa. But the best Marvel set of the year, and probably of all time, actually for sure of all time, is of course the massive Avengers Tower. That thing is beauty. It comes with so many minifigures. You've got Hulk there, Wong with his hot dog, you got Hawkeye, Vision with the trans blue legs. It comes with the miniature Quinjet as well. That thing is incredible. It is the tallest building that Lego has ever made. You can see it towering over my double Daily Bugle on Pop Culture Street right behind this beautiful Central Park that I built the other day. And I think that this set is just gorgeous, and I was so fired up on it. There we go. It's the best Marvel set of all time, released in 2023. It was the 100th anniversary of Disney, and Lego made some epic sets for that anniversary, but I'm a little bit sad. This little 4+ set right here comes with a neat Mickey minifigure, and I don't know where he is. Is he hiding out somewhere here? I don't know, but this set came out this year. You get Mickey, Moana, Tinkerbell, and also Woody. Some awesome minifigures in that set. And you also got some pretty cool minifigures in the set that's right behind it. And that, of course, is the Disney Castle, the remade one. This thing is gorgeous. I love the updated colors with the sand blue and all of the gold, and also like this pink color. I can't remember the color classification of it, but that is just a gorgeous set. It barely fits on that shelf right above my parts there. Look at it. It's pretty much touching the ceiling. A beautiful build, far superior to the existing Disney Castle. But with that said, my existing castle is doubled up. It has a complete back. Keep an eye open for that Mickey minifigure, because I'm a little bit saddened by that. And no, it's not this Mickey Mouse figure, which is a really neat one. Like, I love this little GWP that came out to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Disney. Check it out. Light brick Steamboat Willie print piece to make a pretty cool projection there. And that's sitting in front of another gift with purchase, which is a recreation of the Steamboat Willie set. So we got two epic Disney GWPs. Also in the Disney lineup, we got this one here, which is Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight Over London. It comes with 3 stellar minifigures, and I like the diorama style of it, plus those clock pieces right up there. They actually glow in the dark, so that is a really cool piece. I wish that we got more like this, and they sort of kept them consistent. We also got the little Disney Duos sets, and you'll see those little duos scattered throughout my Disney shelves. There's 2 right there. There's 2 more up here. And I think there's some more right down here hanging out by that Steamboat Willie set. And then we also have Agrabah up here. This is a pretty neat set from Aladdin. I wish it came with some minifigs, though. There's also another couple from the Duo set right down here by the Ghostbusters Ecto-1, the Tron set, and also WALL-E. Can you believe it? I talked about the upscaled pirate, but that I breezed right by this set. One of the best Disney sets of the year. In fact, it's in my top 10 sets of the year, which I'm having a really hard time putting together this year because there's been so many epic sets. This is the Walt Disney Tribute Camera. Comes with some pretty cool figures. You got Dumbo, Bambi, Mickey, Minnie, Walt Disney, that like piece of vinyl for the film strip, and it like opens up. Oh, it is just such a cool set. Like, oh my gosh, it is fantastic. Right below that, we also have the Royal Clamshell, which came out for the new Little Mermaid movie. And to the right of that, we have the Villains Icon set. This one is a beauty. I love the way it displays. Comes with some great minifigures like Jafar, Gaston. Are you kidding me? All the minifigures can actually be stowed away in the set, I believe. This apple can open up. Also get this really neat looking pocket watch. You'll see that there's print and sticker pieces all over this set. And I believe there's a little drawer right here. Yeah. So that's an example of where you can stow away one of your minifigures. Pretty sweet Disney sets this year. Like, it's actually crazy. We got that one. We got the camera. the Royal Clamshell, which is, I guess, all right if you're a fan of that. And some of those other ones on the shelves over there were pretty fantastic as well. And then to top it all off, the new Disney castle, like, come on. And how can I forget about this one that's actually flying above the Lego City? It is the Up House. I've been meaning to complete the back on this one and actually put it in the Lego City. It definitely deserves it. It's a pretty fantastic set, but at least it's on display above the Lego City. So believe it or not, I only got one friend set this year, and that is the Botanical Garden, which can be seen here in Central Park. Honestly, probably one of the best friend sets of all time. In fact, I think it is my favorite friend set of all time. It just looks beautiful. I did a rebrickable model that used two of them, which is pretty neat because it completed the back of it. And then I made some upgrades myself to the surrounding area and integrated it into this beautiful Central Park. And how cute is this little guy right here? It's Dobby, the house elf. And he's right beside some epic minifigures which came out in a crazy Harry Potter set this year, which is known as the Gringotts Bank. I've got all the minifigures right here and also the vault system right here with the roller coaster track. It's pretty neat, but the bank is actually placed in the Lego City right now. And this is by far the best Harry Potter set that was released this year, and it for sure makes the top 10 list of the best sets of the year. The Gringotts Bank looks beautiful here in the Lego City. Sort of ironic, right by the other bank, and it's also backing onto Diagon Alley. Yeah, that thing looks crazy. I can't find a way to integrate it better with Diagon Alley, and I wanted it to be visible in the Lego City, so that's why I decided to face it outward like that there. And don't ask me why, but for some reason I haven't built the GWP, which was paired up with the Gringotts Bank, and that is the additional vault. So it's the Gringotts Vault GWP. You could only get this when you bought that set when it was originally released, and I have yet to unbox mine for some reason. But there it is, ready to be built. Expecto Patronum is another Harry Potter set that I have yet to build, but once I build it, I think it's going to look pretty good with some of the other Harry Potter display pieces. So what does that make? Is that 4 sets, I think? Well, I only got 5 Harry Potter sets, and the other one is right over here. It is the miniature version of the Hogwarts Castle. A pretty cool set. It looks very elegant. It displays well. It sort of reminds me of architecture. It's not my favorite build, although it is very well constructed. I'm just not like a huge fan of the micro scale stuff, all the little tiny bits and pieces, but the part usage and everything is fantastic. I'm just not going to classify it as my favorite Harry Potter build. I'd much prefer to build a Gringotts Bank over this, but it does look great on display with all the other Star Wars stuff? Sure. I feel like it's a bit of a shame having the LEGO Ideas Inset Collection hidden away on top of one of my cabinets. It comes with the butterfly, praying mantis, and also the beetle. I feel like these are a hidden gem from this year. They've got some great part usage and are actually really good builds. So yeah, we've moved on to LEGO Ideas. Honestly, one of the best value sets, I would say, is the Viking Village. When you factor in that price per piece, it is very attractive. Plus it comes with some cool minifigs and some stellar building techniques. Right beside that, we have a LEGO Ideas GWP, which is Galileo. Whoa, that was a cool GWP, which is no longer available, and I feel like it's a really good one. It's like the Tribute GWP. Right below that is the Sapphire Star, or the Orient Express, which is the 52nd LEGO Ideas set. It would be really cool to have this thing powered up and have it going around the LEGO city. Maybe one day I'll make that happen, but at this point I've got some gradients in my city, which I don't think this can handle, and also some sharp corners. Specifically the corner right by the telebeam that sort of holds up the ceiling in my basement. I don't think this could make that turn. I absolutely love it when LEGO sets can be displayed in LEGO cities, like the Orient Express maybe one day, and also the A-frame cabin. Check it out here in the forest in the campground. It is so cool. I almost forgot that this set came out this year. Then I was looking at the list and I was like, wait a minute. The A-frame came out? That is for sure in my top 10 sets of 2023. It looks beautiful. The last LEGO Ideas set in my collection is the Sanderson Sisters Cottage, and that can be found right here just above the amusement park. And you want to see something funny? There's the Groot that we were looking for earlier. You see him? He's right by all the dead trees right below the cottage. But this is a beautiful set. I would probably like it more if I was like a huge Hocus Pocus fan. I'm not, unfortunately, but the build itself had lots of cool references to the movie. The minifigures were amazing, and it was just a huge fan service for that huge crowd that really enjoys the movie. I'd say I'm like 50-50, you know? I think it's pretty neat, but I didn't grow up watching it. And I actually mill-splitted it with this really neat setting. You see how there's like the fence going around it with those ladder elements and masonry bricks, and it sort of matches the haunted house feel in this corner. Another scene that I made this year above the Lego City is the airstrip, and check it out. It's our first Indiana Jones set. There's the plane. And the vehicle. This car is actually such a cool build. Look, there's Indiana Jones right there. He's driving it. A lot of people were pretty excited that Indiana Jones made a comeback this year. We actually got 3 Indiana Jones sets. This one here is Escape from the Lost Tomb. It's a pretty neat play feature. You can send the Sphinx crashing through the wall. And then we have the Temple of the Golden Idol, which is by far the best in my opinion. Like, check out this diorama. It has some crazy play features. That boulder can come down. Look at all those nice print pieces. There's a wall that can be raised and lowered right here. And then there is this guy who can swing across this pit. And then this statue right here can fall on the Golden Idol. There's also a light brick. Oh, yeah, so some pretty cool play features. And I wonder if we're going to get any more Indiana Jones sets in the future. When I was over here last, did I forget to mention that we also got some Jurassic Park sets? Like the Dilophosaurus ambush? Look at that classic JP Jeep. Oh yeah, so cool. We got Dennis Nedry inside as well. This is a fantastic build. I've been meaning to get some of the other Jurassic Park sets. Just some of them are like really expensive due to the dinosaurs within. But I probably should get on it before they're like gone. And I'm like, oh no, I want that Brachiosaurus. Similar to Friends, I'm very selective when it comes to this theme, and that theme is Ninjago. However, with that said, I will say that the Ninjago City sets are some of the best Lego sets I have ever built. Like, look at that, Ninjago City right there. And beside it is the 2023 edition, which is Ninjago City Markets. That set is fabulous. It has a gondola, which is so cool. Comes with so many minifigures, so many different building styles and colors. It's actually crazy. It also has a working John, which is super cool. And remember, as we go through these, if you want more detail, I've actually made reviews on pretty much all of these sets. There's also a theme called Seasonal, and one of the sets that came out in that theme this year is the Wintertime Carriage Ride. It's on display right here in front of the Grand Emporium in the Lego City. Definitely a beautiful little GWP that came out. The other one is actually a holiday decor set, and it's actually some Christmas tree ornaments, and those are currently being displayed on my Christmas tree. May as well stick with GWPs. This year, LEGO started doing the Houses of the World, and in fact, they did 3 different ones. We've got the Houses of the World #1, #2, #3, and also #4, which I have yet to build. I should probably get on that. Well, I'm sort of ashamed of this, everybody. There are some new Sonic sets that came out this year, and I have 3 of them. They're in my furnace room in this bin. Dr. Robotnik is not too happy about that. Hey, these sets came with some pretty cool minifigures. I should probably display all of the minifigures somewhere in my Lego room. But for now, they're just like in this bin. I feel terrible. It's a tiny set, but I really like this Technic snow groomer. The 4GT way up there is also pretty cool, and I should probably get on building this one here. That pretty much wraps up my Technic collection from 2023. Only 3 sets. I've really slowed down on buying these just because I'm out of display space. However, with that said, it hasn't really slowed me down in regards to collecting all of the Speed Champions. Right over here, I have a shelf full of the 2023 ones. We have the Ferrari, Skyline, Porsche, McLaren 2-pack, and also the Pagani. I have a massive Lego City, but I don't have very many Lego City sets. This right here is actually 2 of the Lego City Downtowns. And this is a very strange spot to keep a gaming truck right behind the burrow. Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense, and nor does this. Right below this ice cream truck, I've got the recycle truck. Just my city streets aren't big enough for all of these vehicles. Maybe one day. I absolutely adore this little seal pup, though. Check it out, he's right there. And he was paired up with this lady here from the Arctic Explorer snowmobile. That's a pretty rad snowmobile. It's a hot summer day at the beach. You've got to pick up a slushie from the slush truck. And you got to get it from this guy right here in the penguin outfit. And that's right by my custom-built skate park, which could potentially get an upgrade one day using the parts from the street skate park. Now each year they release a bunch of minifigures. This year specifically, they released 3 sets. And I have the complete collection from all 3 sets. That's Disney, Marvel Series 2, and also Collectible Minifigures Series 24. Although now that I have a really close look at it, I might be picking them off the wall during my Whatnot streams. I should probably not do, because now there's some holes that I need to fill. 2 new microfighters were added to the collection this year. There's Boba Fett's Starship and also the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter that comes with Baby Grogues. There's also Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. And 3 different Star Wars mechs. We've got Darth Vader, the Stormtrooper, and Boba Fett. Oh man, it's a little bit tight getting in here, but on the bottom of this epic Star Wars shelf where we have a bunch of smaller sets, there is the E-Wing versus the Shin Hadi's Starfighter. I really enjoyed the build of the E-Wing specifically. And then swooping in right here below the UCS AT-AT is the Coruscant Guard gunship and also the Ghost. Oh, and there's more on these shelves as well. Swooping in right down here, there's the Endor Speeder Chase, the Emperor's Throne Room. Coming around the corner above all of these epic sets, we have the Mandalorian Spider Tank. And also the Mandalorian Fang Fighter, right beside the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon there. And then up top, its counterpart, which is the TIE Interceptor. And then finally, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter Advance. Now I'm trying to find Ahsoka's T6 shuttle. Oh, there it is. This one is also from this year. And of course, it's right beside the other Jedi shuttle. That just makes sense. So yeah, it's definitely pretty compact in here, but I don't know, I don't mind it. You know, you squeak through here, you see a bunch of epic Star Wars sets. I forgot how many actually came out this year. It's crazy, and it's not like I'm collecting them all. And one of the largest ones, which was a UCS sort of reissue or upgrade, if you want to call it, is actually on my little homemade stacked table shelving right here. And that, of course, is not this one, but the one right below it, which is the UCS X-Wing. There's a couple new battle packs that came out this year as well, and Darth Vader is like standing over top of the mini builds right down here. It's pretty funny, but what I've done is created an army and put those minifigures right into the army. So there's all the ones with the orange tops, which are the Ahsoka clone troopers, and then all of the specialty 501st ones as well. So they're just sort of like mixed in here. There's also one other set, which is Yavin 4 right over here. And this is the Rebel base, of course. Comes with like that Y-Wing and a bunch of cool figures. I think it could have been done like a lot better. And then probably the most epic set from this year in regards to Star Wars. And I'm sure this will be a lot of people's #1 set from this year. And that is the Venator class Star Destroyer. This thing is a beauty, and I've got it displayed by sort of other sets that are similar to it, like the Super Star Destroyer and the Star Destroyer. And right beside my Super Star Destroyer, you can see the mid-sized model. I think we're going to be getting some more mid-sized models. Like, it's rumored that we're actually going to get a Millennium Falcon, which would be pretty sweet. Like, can you imagine this in a mid-sized model? That would be so cool. Do we need another Millennium Falcon in this LEGO room? Yes, absolutely we do. Speaking of Millennium Falcon, there is the Millennium Falcon holiday diorama right here. Not too bad. You get Rey and also Finn in the ugly Christmas sweater, and then Chewbacca just chilling back there as well. So I have the entire helmet collection, and there are 3 that came out this year. We have Captain Rex, also Clone Commander Cody, and they're right beside Boushh, which is Princess Leia's bounty hunter disguise. So people said, hey, wait a minute, you don't have them all. Where's your Mandalorian? Well, my shelf isn't long enough. The Mandalorian is tucked right back there. I guess I could cycle it forward. But who would I put back there? Maybe the Dark Trooper, right? But yeah, my shelf is full. I do have every single helmet. And there's another one that's hidden right behind this Batman cowl. And that is the 1966 Batman cowl. Another set that I have yet to build is the GWP known as the Death Star 2. What is wrong with me? Why is that not built and on display? Well, at least it can be displayed in its box, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm going to put it right here beside the Razor Crest. Another Star Wars set that I want to get this year is actually the Chewbacca buildable character. This LEGO moving truck is part of the LEGO Icons theme, and it is pretty cool. It's got all the little miniature furniture builds in the back of it, like Jenga in there, and they can be interchanged throughout the modular buildings. Such a cool little GWP, that is for sure. It pairs up beautifully with the 2023 modular building known as the Jazz Club, and I actually took 2 of those sets and supersized it, so rather than being 1 base plate, it is 1.5 base plates. So it's pretty cool. Right across the way from it, in the Central Park, we can see another set that was released this year, and that is the Tranquil Garden, but I took it off its base and embedded it right in the mills. Now, I'm sort of on the fence as to whether or not this is considered to be a 2023 set or a 2024 set, but technically it was released on December 1st. But I would consider it to be the 2024 modular building. And that is, of course, the Natural History Museum. Another set that I took 2 of and doubled up, but this time I decided to use some instructions from rebrickable.com, is the Alpine Lodge, which is this year's addition to the Winter Village collection. I love this set, just because like the part usage on it, like to give it that nice texture that looks like a log cabin, it's beautiful. This is a pretty cool GWP that came out this year as well. It's Magisto's Magical Workshop. Man, it seems like the GWPs this year are on fire. However, prices are higher than they've ever been. I will say this set, though, is lacking one thing, and that's some print detailing on Magisto. I have every single LEGO Creator Expert car except for 2, and one of them was issued this year, and it is the 1960s Corvette. It's a beauty. I need the Land Rover and the Stud Bug. Why don't I just go get the Land Rover? It's readily available. What am I doing? I just, once again, don't have a whole lot of display space. Randomly placed by the piano, but not so randomly placed by the Eiffel Tower and also the London Architecture set, we have the Marvel known as the Concorde. This set is just simply incredible. It is so long. And the strength is amazing. I mean, it's only supported by 1 stand, right? Which is pretty crazy. The nose of it can also pitch downward. And it's got this function that's actually running through the entire set. And it actually can be activated by spinning the cone on the back there. And that's going to deploy or retract the landing gear. To have that kind of function and that kind of strength in a model that's that long is pretty cool. I also like the fact that everything in this set is printed, including that right there, and it has some interior details as well. However, due to its massive size, I do find it a bit awkward to display. Oh, the Pac-Man arcade is a pretty cool set. We've got a light brick right here. Authentic joystick movement. The entire interior moves. Also, these characters on top, which can flip around. Not to mention these cool print pieces. Some massive stickers on the side, and you can also open the back of it where you'll find a little vignette. It's a remake of an absolute classic. It's the El Dorado Fortress. This thing is super cool. It's loaded full of firepower, cannons, and guns. It's got that crane there, and it actually separates into different modules so it can be displayed in different ways. We also have some pretty sick minifigures. Like, look at all those Imperial soldiers. Behind that, we've got a sailboat, and then there's a little pirate craft as well. This is a pretty cool remake of a classic. Last but definitely not least, it's one of the greatest sets of all time, and in my opinion, probably the greatest set of this year as well. It is Rivendell. This set comes with so many cool minifigs, right? Oh my gosh, I wonder if we're going to get any more LOTR sets. I definitely hope so. This thing is an absolute masterpiece. We get all those minifigures, and we also got some of the statues on the base of this tower right there. And there's one more character that you can't see. He's right here underneath the council ring. It is the Eye of Sauron. Such a cool Easter egg found within this set. And the build of it is absolutely brilliant. Like, look at these trees. Just done to perfection. Nice tall one back there as well. And then a couple more over here by the gazebo build. And underneath the gazebo is actually an armory. You've got this nice arched bridge there, the water flowing through, some lammas bread in there, all sorts of interior details with a crazy amount of sticker pieces and also print, which was newly introduced in this set as well. You can see some right there below the ring. This is just absolutely magnificent. One of the best sets of all time introduced here in 2023, which is Rivendell. Top 10 is difficult. The Venator has to be in the top 10 though, right? And you know what? I think this small little Land Rover Defender also has to be on that list. And so does this beautiful train, the Orient Express. One day I'll have it motorized. There's two sets side by side in the Lego room that I would consider to be in my top 10. That's the Pirate and also the Walt Disney Tribute camera. And then, of course, the one with the working John. Like, come on, it's Ninjago City Markets. And the Gringotts Bank. One of the best Harry Potter sets ever produced. And in my opinion, the best Marvel set ever created, the Avengers Tower. The A-frame cabin looks absolutely fantastic when it's placed in the Lego City. It is for sure on my top 10 list. I gotta give it to the Jazz Club as well. Anything that can be displayed in my Lego City has got to be on the list, right? Included in that, of course, is the Natural History Museum. 2 modular buildings in 1 year. I don't know if I like the Concorde that much. Like, it is pretty cool, but it's hard to display. And I really think that this one is a great addition to the Winter Village collection. And the Disney Castle, much better than the existing Disney Castle. And then, of course, we have Rivendell, which is one of the best sets of all time. So clearly my list exceeds 10, but I'm going to put Rivendell in the first spot. So yeah, it's definitely very hard to put together a top 10 list just because there are so many great sets this year. You let me know what your favorite set from the collection is by commenting below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future because I guarantee 2024 is going to be a wild year. Farewell.